Hey, everybody, welcome back to another Tuesday night.
What's happening?
Chat with the Muskrat and Mr. Creole catfishing. What's up, my Cajun brother?
Oh, same as always, brother. Work, work, work. Trying to do a little fishing in between, but river keeps going down. It keeps getting harder and harder.
Yeah, it's not often though you hear the Mississippi is too low to fish. You can't. It's hard to get in.
It's too. I know right here in my area, it's too low to get in. The 3 or 4 ramps that I have in my area, the water is so low that the end of the ramps are sticking out of the water. Like you can walk beyond the end of the ramp in the mud. It's crazy right now. I've never seen it this low. Not me.
It's that makes it very difficult to launch a boat. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It definitely takes some time. That's for sure. I know especially one ramp, I thought I had a little bit of ramp left, but the second my tires hit the water, I started pushing mud. I said, "Well, this ain't gonna work out too good." So. I was trying not to act like he wasn't there until he did that. So it's like, okay, now
it's hard to play. Cool hand Luke when that happens.
Yeah, when he slapped me in the face.
Well, what do you say we say some hi to some folks in chat right here, and we'll get this party started tonight. We've got a couple things up our sleeves. So Avid looks like he was. I'm not sure if he was first or not. It wouldn't let me go back any farther than Avid, but Avid's in the house. Big Ranch.
Avid is first.
Mr. Stonefly 71. What's up, Matt? Brad Caudell. What's going on, brother? Saw him this weekend at the meet and greet. We'll talk a little bit about that here in just a few minutes. Let's see. Oh, it jumped on me that fast. We got Richard here from Fishing and Freedom. What's up, buddy? Skip Stewart, Clearview Outdoors. What's going on? He was also at the meet and greet as well. We got somebody from Facebook saying they're working and listening. Don't get in trouble, but thanks for stopping in. Uncle Lou is in the house saying too low to fish. Well, just as far as putting the boat in, you have to put some effort into getting in the water at this point.
Oh, we'll get creative. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
There we go. Catfish Bandits in the house. What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. We got Whiskers and Dreams. Let's see. Chad is checking in. I seen a little video today of Chad's boat. Chad wasn't in the boat. J-Dog was having all the fun in Chad's boat today, but I think Chad was okay with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's okay with that.
Mr. Zach Murray is here. All River Warriors are in and accounted for. What's up, buddy?
Gonna be a good night tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Lyle over Catfish Weekly. Thanks for stopping in. Freddie's Outdoors Adventure says, I'm here listening, but I'm not paying much attention to chat. Cutting up a small buck I got an hour ago. Feel the freezer time.
Now, Freddie, you have my address to send me some backstrap or something. I'm just throwing that out there. You got my address.
Brad says that Jason says hello to the both of us. Jason Herb.
Oh, Jason.
He was also at the meet and greet. We had a good time. We'll talk about it here in just a few minutes. Chrissy, another fabulous face that made it out to the meet and greet to see everybody. Mason was racing. That's right. I didn't get to watch the whole video, but I did see enough of it to see that boat seemed to be running really good. Run better than my boat.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Bobcat's in the house. What's up, buddy? G-Style Fishing.
Bobcat.
Try to get back on track here real quick. Quiet Man Curtis is in the house. Thanks for stopping in, brother. And Curtis, what's it say? Bobcat says he brought the corn.
4 minutes. 4 minutes into the show, and we
got Don R in the house. There's Mr. Ernie Brown. I know he wasn't too far behind.
Yeah, buddy.
Also another other familiar face at the meet and greet this weekend. We got a beautiful picture here of everybody that made it out. Well, not everybody. A few folks snuck out before we could snap this picture, but take a look at this group of folks right here. What do you think about that?
Hey, that right there, that's all the all-stars right there.
Our group was a little bit smaller this year than last year. There was some other things going on, and we'll talk about that. We had the benefit tournament going on in Sandusky, so a lot of our anglers and locals chose to participate in that, and I can't blame them whatsoever. I probably would have done that too, but my daughter showed up I pay Roger to harass him. But Bobcat, I have not seen any of that money. I don't know what we're talking about.
They got a little button down in the bottom right corner just for such emergency. Just saying.
And the mastermind behind it all, Mr. Brandon Enix, Catfish and Dreams, says, woo hoo. He's the one that thought this up a year ago and put it together again this year. And next year we're working on something even bigger. We're going to go something we talked about. I said, let's go tri-state. Let's get this thing a little bit farther south and get Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, get down there in the corner of the state and make this thing a little bit bigger next year. So we had a really good time. I'll bring that down for right now. We'll go back and talk about that here in just a minute. You notice Hooks had to stand on the curb and is barely able to put his arm on the boat.
I was wondering how long it would take for somebody to start looking at everybody in the picture and see who's taller than who. Because I know I did. I'm not gonna lie, I did it.
Yeah. Well, Chad in this picture is as tall as Skip, but
yeah.
But Chad's standing on the curb.
Ah, okay. I see that.
You see his feet down here. He's on the curb.
He's standing on the ground. Really, Ernie is a hair taller than Chad, if that's the case, because Ernie ain't standing on that curb.
Ernie is way bigger than Chad because Ernie's on the ground and Chad's on the curb.
Exactly. Like I said, Ernie, yeah. Okay. All right. We got y'all number now.
And we had to have this debate as well between Brad and Chris on who was taller. And I'm talking like this is 11 o'clock at night. And they said, let's settle this once and for all. They took their hats off and stood back to back. It was a dead tie. We could not call one person taller than the other.
Couldn't call it. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got Mason.
Think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I'd have been the tallest one in that bunch, just looking around.
I'll kind of move my cursor down through here. You have to, if Bill's in here, he'll have to remind me. I for some reason, this fella here on the very end slips my mind every time. Down here in front, you got Zach and his beautiful wife, Sue. And then behind her, I cannot remember that fella's name. It's going to come to me by the end here. Then I'm the dork up at the top. You got Brandon Enix hanging out over here. Down below him is Jason Erb. And there's Mr. Brad Caudell with Tidal Weights. In the front here, that's Bill Hopper with War Pig Catfishing. So if you guys hear that name, of course, you guys know Chris and Telly here in the very front. Up in the top, you got Justin Mullador and his wife. And let's see. This guy here's name's slipping my mind too. I thought it was, well, I don't want to say it if it's wrong. Then you got D down here in front, Mr. J Dog Mason and Tara, also famous in the community, knows my wife is the only wife that isn't.
That's funny right there.
Anywhere near me.
That is funny. And I mean nowhere near.
Skip Stewart, Mr. Chad, and then of course Ernie and Dee, and up here at the top, the two girls here. That is Gabby Goose. She used to spend a lot of time with us on YouTube, but she's growing up and getting big, and we're not cool anymore. That's okay. And that's Chad and Dee's beautiful daughter, Alyssa, and those two girls spent their evening on the boat with Justin and I. So,
cool.
We took the girls out with us. We had plenty of room for them, and it just so happens that it works out. If you got more anglers on your boat in Ohio, is a 2-rod limit. If you got more people on your boat, you can use more rods. So
that's right.
Nobody else wanted to take them out, so we said, you know what, girls, we'll take you out.
Very good incentive to bring people along. Very good incentive.
Yeah.
Sure, you can come on along. You got 2 rods? You got 2 rods you can bring? Come on.
Yep. Well, I'll pull us back up real quick. We had a few more pictures from the evening there. This is Skip Stewart's bag. This was a 3-fish weigh-in of channel cats. And Skip, I believe that was 31 pounds in 3 channel cats. So very good. Oh, here's the results We did have a small fish entry as well. So Justin and I were lucky enough to pull out a win. 3 channel cats. Our total was 42.9 pounds.
That's great.
Big fish was 20.3 pounds. Zach was that guy's name. See, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
And check this out. I mentioned Skip already. He had 31.7 pounds and 3 fish, but Chad and Dee came all the way up here and took second place with 34 pounds and 3 channel cats. That's a good bag of channel cats. If I hadn't stumbled onto that big 20 pounder, which there's a picture of them there. That's a 20.
Yeah. That is a big
13 or 14 and a 9 or 10. I can't remember what it all added up to be, but that's still hard for me to wrap my mind around, because you catch a 5-pound channel cat around here, that's a massive channel cat, and y'all are catching some 4 times that size and more. That's crazy to me. Whoops!
Oh, look out!
Let's get back over here. Oh,
whoa!
Who's that?
Whoa!
Who's that guy?
You gotta warn us next time.
I know it. I think I clicked on the wrong pictures. Anyway, that's all right. There's Brandon. Catch you there. This is a shot of Rocky Fork Lake. There's Zach, his partner. Oh, look at Dee. Look at the smile on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Another shot of Rocky Fork. It's not a great big lake.
It's pretty, though. They got some beautiful scenery over there.
Yeah, we had some good weather. There they are with a couple more fish. And let's see. I don't want to go too far. There's the mighty muskrat. See, we only had 2 or 3. We only had a couple rods out.
Now, what you had? Dragon 4 and 4 on the boards. I'm assuming.
We actually were dragging. We were dragging 2 and 6 boards.
6 boards. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, we had 6 boards out and 2 out the back.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. And we could have ran more. I ran out of boards. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that stud right there.
Wow.
The catfish ain't bad either.
Yeah, catfish ain't bad either. Oh, I was just going to say that. Catfish
That's a beautiful channel cat, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's Chad there at the end with his bag limit. Oh, back around. Hey, and let me say this. Skip, he brought his boat just to, if anybody was able to go out or get somebody out that hadn't been out before or fish from the bank or whatever, and they want to go out, he brought his boat all the way down there, and just so happened that everyone was paired up or wasn't able to fish, and he ended up going out by himself, which means he could only use 2 rods. And I can't remember how many fish he caught, but he did just as good or better than any of us. And in my opinion, Skip was the real winner, fishing by himself.
That's bragging rights right there.
3rd place. Yeah. He made me proud. I was very proud of him. But that's what we had as far as folks coming to the meet and greet. And as I mentioned, a lot of folks opted to go up to the Sandusky Jason Wicker tournament, benefit tournament. And in the basement, we've got some folks that just might know something a little bit about how that weekend went.
Yes, absolutely.
What's up, Tyra? Craig?
Hey.
Hey, are you able to turn your phone sideways? It makes it you guys not look so little.
Then I'm upside down to me.
No, don't turn it upside down. You may have to change your auto rotate. I'm not sure what kind of phone you have there. Also sounds like she might be having some signal issues. Yeah, D said it right here. 31.7 pounds on his own with 2 rods.
Rods. Yep. That's what I was thinking too.
Yep. And there he said 10 fish. He caught 10 fish by himself on 2 rods.
Mm.
Tyra, are you guys on Wi-Fi or your phone signal?
My phone. around the shop.
Yeah, because the video is skipping and the audio is kind of in and out.
Let me, if I just move, if that helps.
Hey, real quick while you're getting set up there, Jim Johnson's in chat and says hello to Tyra and Craig. What's up, Jim? I remember your name from when we had these guys on talking about the upcoming event.
Oh, there we go. Oh, now that's what it is. That phone don't like the inside of that shop, apparently.
It doesn't.
That's it.
Not at all.
Okay, but that made a world of difference.
All right. Take this.
So, Tyra, if you don't mind, don't want that.
No.
If you don't mind, kind of give us a little bit of a recap over how the weekend went and some of the things that happened over the weekend and all that.
I'm going to have my lovely assistant hold the phone here.
That's one way of getting out from being on camera.
Yeah, that is a good way. So we had, bear with me here, 50 registered anglers. It was every man for himself battle on the Bay tournament. And we weighed in a total of 563.88 pounds. And that was 42 people weighed in. One fish per person.
That's it.
So, big channel cats up here. Can I go through the winners?
Oh, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay. Our 5th place person and first place lady was Kelsey Fisher. She weighed in 17.90.
Woo.
And then Brent Jones was 4th. He weighed in 19.08. Robbie Reeves was 3rd. He and his wife Pam donated all the kiddie pools. I don't know how many there were. They probably brought
a lot
better. Totally awesome donation. Thank you guys for that. Robbie weighed in 19.90. And then Don Hoffman for 2nd place weighed in 22.74. And our winner, first place, Robert Beeler, was 24.48 pounds.
Dang, go.
That's a great channel.
That's unbelievable.
Like I said, 42 people wound up weighing in. 3 people registered for the whammy prize. We did raffle off a set of out-of-line rod rack T-bars and sold tickets for those for $10 a piece. And Sergio Rodriguez won those.
Awesome.
Yeah. Kiddie pool winner, which it's funny because Robbie Reeves was 3rd place. Like I said, he and his wife donated all the kiddie pools.
Yeah.
He caught his 19.90 channel on a kiddie pool.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure that was brag. Jacob Smith was the winner. We did closest to 8 pounds, and he had 7.86.
Oh, yeah. That's fun right there.
And that was a $10 side pot. 22 people registered, so Jacob got $220 for that.
That's awesome.
So it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of great donations. I can't thank everyone enough. Jim Johnson and Judy Protzman helped us so much that day. We did everything at their store. It was amazing. So
you want to go ahead and tell everybody what that store is again?
I am stopping up at the Bayview Bait and Tackle right there in Bayview. When you come to the stop sign, if you go right, you go to Bayview, or if you go left, you go to Bayview. If you go right, Clemens is right down there on the road. They're not even a half mile away.
Awesome.
Great restaurant opening in November that they built from the ground up. Bay Bell Restaurant.
Fat kid friendly.
Amazing food. They're still serving out of a food trailer right now, but it is amazing. So great place. That's where the Bay Bridge is. A lot of people go up there and fish off the bridge.
Hey, Jason Wicker's in chat and wants to know who was 6th place.
Who was 6th place? His name would be Jason Wicker.
That's why he was asking. Gotcha.
17.55, Craig said was his weight. So
17.55.
And the 5th place was 17.90. So Jason might be a little hurt about this. So we did raise almost $4,000 that we were able to give the family.
Wow.
So that was
That's
pretty
great.
amazing. And then we paid out $1,000 in prize money back to the anglers.
Wow.
Most of the anglers gave their money back. Those that didn't give back spent tons of money on the raffles, if not probably all of it. But 50-50 winner, Stacy Smith, she handed her envelope back. So it was great. It was a lot of work. I would do it all over again. We had so much fun. But, you know, we had people drive up from Kentucky. Joey Middleton and Rosa Langley came up and supported us. And Brent and Carolyn Jones drove up clear from Southern Indiana. And, you know, it's friends like that support you and cheer you on, that you just can't do it without them. So my friend Adri Molinar was by my side all day helping me get everything set up. And, you know, I can't repay people for their time. It was humbling, to say the least.
Right there is Pam. She said that they bought 50 poles. I'm guessing I believe that was who you said was brought the kiddie poles. 50. I seen those combos too, and it was 50 legit kids combos, rod and reels. It's freaking awesome.
Yes, Pam and Robbie, thank you guys so much.
Allie Zena's in here as well. Said you did an awesome job, Tyra. Had so much fun.
Thank you. We're glad Allie came.
I love bringing light to these types of events and ongoings, because, you know, it just shows how powerful the community can be when we put our mind to it. And big thanks to you and Craig and everyone else who helped make this event happen.
To this ugly here. He's holding my phone.
Yeah, you guys, people like you give us faith back in humanity when everything else seems to be going to crap, and you just start to lose faith in humanity. Things like this just are a breath of fresh air, and I love it just knowing you guys. I wished I could have been there. My daughter came in from Georgia, and which is what kind of stopped me from traveling, but but we will cross paths. I guarantee it.
Hey, let's do a Dirty South giveaway.
Dirty South giveaway. Okay,
we can do that.
We love giveaways. What do you want to do?
We'll give away a 5-pack of dragging weights, 3 ounce, 2 ounce, 1.5 ounce, or a mixed pack. To however you decide wins.
Oh, we got a beautiful giveaway tool here that we can do here.
Let me get my stuff together real quick.
Well, thank you guys for throwing in a giveaway as well. We love to appreciate our folks that hang out with us and chat. You brought some new faces over to the channel tonight, so I appreciate that as well.
Good.
And
all right, here it is. If everybody entering chat, Dirty South.
You got 2 minutes.
We're gonna start getting some comments going, and we're gonna draw for some winners.
That's right. So get your entry in real quick. That's a 5-pack of dragging weights,
and a bait towel, and a pen, a bottle opener.
Oh boy! So now it just went from a 5-pack to a goodie bag.
Yeah,
exactly.
Goodie bag. Pack. Hey,
call it a dirty pack.
A dirty pack.
I like it.
A dirty pack of goodies.
I've actually won one of the dirty pack of goodies, and they are good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good deal.
So we'll give these guys 2 minutes. I'm usually really quick with the giveaways. I don't like them to linger too long. Other things get caught up and tied up. So
my camera guy's a hot mess over here.
That's okay.
Yeah, it happens. Tyra, do y'all have a website or anything like that where people can get a hold of y'all for the Dirty South stuff?
We do. Is it dirtysouthdraggingweights.com, I think.
Oh boy, she says I think.
When you think I'd know. We have a lot of retailers that carry our weights as well. So, and a Facebook page, and you can message myself, message Craig. You know, we can always get
we're going to try to find a link here so we can throw it in chat. And that way, if anybody was interested in checking out these Dirty South weights and other products that you guys carry, also with out of line rod racks, as she mentioned earlier. So If you guys
They
looking
just
for,
messaged me and told me it was too dark.
Yep, and I've got the website scrolling across the bottom of the screen so everybody can see it.
look at that.
Yo.
Jeremy earning his keep, and Chad dropping in chat for us as well. The direct link over to there.
Shout out to Tyra and Sleepy Craig. Ha
That's Brian B. What's up, buddy? Out of line rod racks are awesome. That's
Rosa, you can't win.
who can't win?
Rosa. I just handed her a handful.
She didn't enter it. She left a space in there, so hers won't count anyway. You
Yeah,
gotta type
that
it.
right there is just a shout out. She would have had to enter it exactly like you see it on the screen.
Well, she doesn't follow directions very good.
Oh yeah, she's shouting y'all.
Yeah, make sure if you guys want in, you do not put a space between the two words. It's all one word there. The way the drawing works, it doesn't allow you to put
follow
spaces.
directions.
So,
jeez,
that was 2 minutes.
All right, already we've got 35 entries in chat as of right now.
Nice. Who's
Creole, whenever you're ready, give them a 5-second countdown and spin it, buddy.
All right, guys. 5, 4, 3. Cool. We got 2 more. 2, 1. All right, we're gonna pull the trigger. Let's see who's gonna get the dirty bag.
I forgot to enter.
Oh no!
Oh, come on now, Roger.
I wouldn't do that to my subscribers.
Don R. Our buddy Don R.
Heck yeah.
Don R. Well, Don, send me a message. Get your address, and I'll get them shipped out in the morning.
Don, if you don't have Tyra's contact information, just get a hold of me, and I will connect the dots for you. But love saying when Don wins. Don's a big supporter of all of our channels, so thank you, Don. And thank you, Tyra. You got anything else for us?
No, I think that's about it. Thanks for having us. We're going to get back to making weights, and we'll wait for Don's info and get him squared up, sent out in the morning.
All righty.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thanks
you.
again. All right. We'll see you.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
And then there were 2.
Hey, there's Casey Fry. Most of you guys see him as Casey Fry on here, but we've always called him Whitey. And so if you guys were at the meet and greet, you met Whitey Fry. So he actually escaped the photograph. We were slacking just a little bit. A couple folks snuck out before we got the photograph done, but it was great. Whitey to kind of meet some of the folks in the community and some of the folks you guys see in chat. So. Let's see what else has been going on. I kind of named this episode the catch up because a lot of our shows have been kind of themed or guested, and we actually did have a guest scheduled for tonight. Some of you may have seen the broadcast go up, but our guest runs a guide service and ended up being booked tonight. When we originally scheduled it, it was not booked, but you got to go. You can't turn money down when the client wants to go fishing.
Got to get it.
You take them fishing.
Yep. You got to get it. Well, I know for sure. I know what's coming up this coming weekend, Roger. If you'd like to tell everybody what's going on.
Well, Stan would love to be here to hear that this is day 2 of So You Think You Can Fish. We got our competitors from last time going up against each other right there. So 10-1 will be this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. I believe it's a 7-1. And so some of the folks have got a pretty good head start. I know Bobcat after day 1 ended up with a good lead at 100.4 pounds. And some of the folks that may have missed the first day are still welcome to compete in their day 2 and day 3. They're going to be a little bit farther behind, but you got to remember that Bobcat fished day 1 and he did end up with 100 pounds, but he only caught 3 fish all day.
Yeah.
Just so happened 2 of those were great fish. His third fish was 6 pounds. Some of the other folks, like I can think of that, Freddie was on fish all day. They weren't the size he needed, but he did find fish.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with Oh, daggone it. Snake River, Sean caught good fish, even caught PB fish all day. And I believe he ended up with like 37 pounds of some change. Oh my goodness.
I know I'm going to go back to that comment, but yeah, see,
yeah,
you said it, and there he is. What's going on?
I didn't even have to say it 3 times.
I know, right? You said it twice. You said it 2 times.
2 times. That's it. 2 times. So as I mentioned, stand 2 and stand 3, they weren't able to make the first day of the event, but there's still time. If you guys want to fish, you're more than welcome, and you just never know. You
it's
guys
still
get on a couple
very
fish.
much anybody's race. Promise you.
Yeah, when you add the whole no electronics and new water aspect to it, it really comes down to a little bit of luck, but some skill. Now, to go back to this question, G-Style, I love having him in chat. He asks some really good questions.
Yeah, he does.
You could tell that he is trying to learn. He's trying to engage his mind, and so is engaging our minds because it brings up fantastic topics to talk about. So for that, I just wanted to mention that as well. So in my opinion, I have never used a motor guide, and I have only used iPilot. So it is very biased opinion of mine to say that the iPilot is better. I haven't found anything about the iPilot that I don't like. As far as the GPS mechanisms and all the cool tricks and things you can do with the iPilot, to me, there's not a whole lot of room for improvement. It seems to be a very solid program. And for that, I can't say it's better than a motor guide without ever having to use a motor guide. So I'm not a good person to ask. I'm a iPilot fan. And in my opinion, it may just come down to name brand preference, whether you're iPhone or Android user, I don't know that to be true. So it is a good question, but unfortunately I don't have the experience on motor guide to really give you an honest opinion on it because I've only used iPilot.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. The only GPS trolling motor I've ever owned is the one on my boat now, which is a Minn Kota Tarova Riptide. And that's the only one I've ever had. It does everything I want it to. And, that's just the honest truth about it. It does exactly what I needed when I needed to do it. So no complaints about that one. Like I said, you talk to some people that run some motor guides. I have some friends that are bass fishermen. They run the motor guide stuff. I've never talked to them specifically about the spot lock, but when I was researching to buy mine, I talked to them. I talked to some other guys. It was 50-50. The guys that had motor guides really liked them. The guys that had Minn Kotas really liked them. Just third-hand information, but I never got any bad reviews person to person about a motor guide. I have never got any.
Well, here's the first person to say that they've got both, which is Jim. First of all, welcome, Jim. Buckeye Catfishing. It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, but he says he has both, and Minn Kota has a much better remote.
Okay.
Now, Minn Kota offers 2 different types of remotes, depending on whether you have the iPilot or iPilot Link system. iPilot Link's system does work, has a touch screen, and obviously has a lot more features. And Zach brings up an interesting point here. Hummingbird graphs communicate with Minn Kota. And I did see Uncle Lou's comment about the Garmin. I don't know much about the Garmin. I would assume, just because of where their technology is with Garmin, I would assume that their system is much like either one of the 2. But I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't really jump on new name brands or new items very quickly.
Yeah.
One of the things I've always kind of kept in mind when I decided to go with my Minn Kota was that Minn Kota has been around for a long time. And so there are a lot of repair facilities, certified technicians throughout the country. And that really plays a big factor when something does go wrong. Because as you guys have heard me and Skip talk, Skip had the Altera, which is the self-deploying and retracting unit, and had a lot of problems in cold weather. Because it was Minn Kota, we had a certified technician here within an hour of our house that we could take it to, drop it off, and get the repairs done.
Yeah.
With Garmin being so new, with the Ghost and Lowrance's new unit, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they do not have certified technicians across the country yet, and that if you would happen to run into problems, you most likely will have to be sending it back to the factory for repairs, and that can be very timely. And
absolutely.
So in the back of my mind, that is one of the things that I used to make my decision on what I wanted to get was that right there. If I do have something go wrong, because things go wrong.
Oh yeah.
How quickly or how big of a burden is it going to be to get this thing fixed? And in your area, you may already have Lowrance technicians, you may have Garmin technicians, but it's something to think about. Just put in the back of your mind. And right there, he says Motor Guide works really good with Lowrance. So those are some things to consider when asking that question: is what type of graphs do you run? What type of graphs do you plan to run? And what units work better with those units?
And that's for cross communication between the trolling motor and your graph. There is actually certain options that you can use if they talk to each other. It's not a requirement, but hey, a couple of features can come in handy depending on what kind of fishing you're trying to do.
I'll tell you a true story here. It just happened to Zach and I just last week. Hey, Kevin's in the house. Welcome, Palmetto Cast.
Hello, Kevin.
Thanks for stopping in. Zach and I were suspend drifting, but the wind was working against us. We actually had to use a trolling motor to drag us downriver. There was almost no current on the Ohio. And so what we were able to do was, instead of laying a track, like going down and running and laying a track down, and then going back to the front, because he has iPilot Link, he went on his map, on his graph, and scrolled ahead of us and dropped a waypoint, and then told his trolling motor, go to that waypoint. And then when we got close to that one, he would drop another one, and then drop another one, and then drop another one on his head unit, on his graph. And we're just a couple old country boy. So that was like super hi-fi, scientific, like, holy crap, look what we just did.
Yep.
And it was a really cool feature. And because, to be completely honest, most of the people I know that have iPilot Link and have the capabilities of communicating with their Humminbird head units, I don't see people using those functions very often. As far as running the contours or doing, different tools that are available, I don't see most people utilizing them. And I don't know if it's because, it's a big learning curve when it comes to that stuff, or, I'm pretty slow. It'll take me a minute to figure that out. Pontoon Jody's in the house. Welcome, Jody. Thanks for stopping in.
I'll be honest, just on mine, the regular iPilot, there's a couple of functions on it that I haven't figured out yet. Like, for instance, I know I have the option, if I spot lock in a spot, okay, and let's say I have to get off of it, let's say to move for a barge or something like that. Happens to me all the time. I know I can go in there and tell it, hey, go back to that point that you were just at. Go back to the last previous spot lock. I'll be honest, I don't know how to do it on my remote. I played with it one time, tried to figure out. It will do it, but I hadn't figured it out. So I'm one of those that I'm not using it to its capability.
One of the things is you have to be within range, and I don't remember what the range is. Oh, I took that back down. I don't remember what the range is as far as being able to locate a spot lock or a track.
According to the manual, it's like, I know for a spot lock, it's like a quarter mile. It's like you can be like, I was 200 feet from it. And I just couldn't figure out how to do it. That's all. I know it will do it. I just won't. I hadn't figured it out.
And I'll be honest with you. We was going along so smoothly, dropping a waypoint, going ahead, dropping a waypoint, going ahead, and then at one point the remote couldn't find the next one. Like he had already dropped it, just like we had done 3 or 4 times before. But it took a minute for the communication to get back and forth to it. So
that's an interesting question right there. You saw that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked off of it. How long?
Oh, well, we're trying.
How long have you stayed on spot lock in a spot?
Without moving? That's an interesting question right there.
I know I've stayed over an hour before on a spot. Now that's not typical for me. I'm usually stick and move, but come wintertime and things like that, there are times that, or even just being out there and let's say you're anchored up on a spot and right when you're getting ready to move, you catch a fish. You're like, we'll give it a few more minutes. You catch another fish, and then it's lunchtime. You're like, let's fire up the grill. Next thing you know, you've been there for an hour, hour and a half. Yep. Honestly, as long as your batteries are capable, you can stay all day. All
day. Right there, I got you beat. I know for a fact the longest that I have stayed spot lock in one spot, never moving, no jog, no nothing, is 7.5 hours.
Oh my God.
I have done, now I did that one time. I have done it a bunch of times for 4 and 5 hours and never moved. I can tell you right now, a lot of times I've done it for 4 and 5 hours because we were just steady catching fish. There was no reason to move. I've done it multiple times for 4 and 5 hours. You got to have the battery to do it, though.
I seen Uncle Lou said use the follow contour all the time. That would be a very useful tool.
That would be cool. Yeah, it would be.
I missed this comment earlier by Brandon. Says looking at the ProNav system. Is that the system that is that actual controls the steering of your big motor or your kicker motor? Because I know on some of the on almost all of the charter boats, they have a navigation system that will, use bearings and things like that and Bluetooth connection and to guide the boat, much like an autopilot or North heading would on a trolling motor, but they have a system set up the way it will do that with the big motor.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That'd be cool.
So let's see.
He put it down here. He said it controls a non-iPilot trolling motor. So I guess it's like a piggyback system.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know that if you have an older system, like a foot controlled trolling motor, Motor Guide also does it. Minn Kota does it. You can upgrade your trolling motor to become a iPilot with spot lock trolling motor.
Yeah.
It's a couple $100.
I've seen that. Yeah.
The new remote, and it's you undo the side plate, and there's some connections. You just unplug stuff and plug stuff in.
Yep.
Put a new side plate on with the brain inside there. And if you have a good trolling motor, but it's foot controlled, and you're like, well, I wish I could have made it remote. You can. Well, I wish I would have made it remote with iPilot. You can. Yeah.
Yeah. You can add it on that. Or like I know, like a lot of some people, let's say you go buy a boat, you go out buy a brand new boat, and it's got a really nice trolling motor on it, but it's not the iPilot one. It's I can't think of the Minn Kota, the really nice the Ultrex, like a Minn Kota Ultrex that's not iPilot and everything. It's still self-deployed, a manual foot control and all, but you can add it to that without having to sell it and get another one.
Thank you, Skip. I think Chad says he's fading out. So good night, Chad. Thanks for stopping in. We got Carolina Real Screamers in here as well.
What's going on, guys? Brandon is dropping some good information. He said any Minn Kota after 2009 can be upgraded to iPilot. So there you go. Good information.
He has done his research. He's a pretty fart smeller. Follow the contour is an awesome, amazing tool.
Yeah, I bet.
2 stands. Yeah, I would love to have that capability, especially now, like in the rivers and stuff. We don't do a whole lot of dragging and whatnot, but when we go, take trips down south, get on Wilson usually, Pickwick, any of those places, having that option to be able to follow the contour would be pretty cool.
All right. Being as we're on the trolling motor subject now, we got another good comment from G Style. Lithium or regular deep cycle? I will tell you now, that will heavily depend on your budget, because you talk about a big budget difference between regular deep cycle batteries and lithiums. I
can tell you
cost me $20 to say lithium battery.
There are a lot more affordable options out there. The prices of lithium are coming down. I know that there some folks of mine, and Zach included, was able to switch over to lithium. But there are some certain brands out there that are a lot more reasonably priced, that the word has gotten around that they work well for the application. I don't remember what they are. I'm not in the market. I spent a ton of money on my deep cycle batteries when I bought them. So if and whenever they decide to go poop on me, I will save up until I can get the lithium, because they have that much good going for them. There's so many factors in that. If weight is a concern, lithium. If price is a concern, lead acid.
Yep.
And it can go 1,000 ways. I just realized I don't know if I got a good charge when we turned the lights on the boat the other night. They didn't last very long. And then I looked at the battery they were hooked up to. It was a Walmart EverStart battery.
Oh, wow.
That I bought when I bought my pontoon, which was 8 years ago.
Oh, that's an old battery.
Maybe 9 years ago. $100 battery that has lasted at least 8 years.
You got your money's worth out of that one. Promise you.
I mean, all that battery does is run accessories, the nav lights and different things, a few different pumps and things like that at times. It's very intermittent battery now, but it used to be a deep cycle. I mean, it ran my bait tanks and everything else all the time. So, Brandon actually has a lot of information when it comes to lithium batteries. He was sharing some information about car audio lithium. And there's a lot more technology there that I do not understand. So I won't pretend that I know what he was talking about. But there's we could do pretty much a whole show one night on just lithium batteries, most likely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Buckeye saying here he's got four of the big Duracell 31s from Sam's, $99 each. Like I said, if you're on a tight budget, deep cycle is the way to go.
And I'll tell you, those Sam's Duracell batteries actually have a very good reputation. I actually went with Duracell on my boat, but through the advice of, it was actually Chad Ferguson. And this brings up an interesting conversation as well, is because talking to Zach over this last week, Chad Ferguson also helped him with, I think it was props. I think he was talking about pitches of props for his Sea Arc. And it was just Zach and I talking to each other. And I said, well, Chad Ferguson helped me with my deep cycle batteries. And he said, well, he helped me with my prop. I'm like, that's just two people. I wonder how many people this guy helps out.
Oh, yeah. And, you can only imagine.
I've never heard anything bad about Chad Ferguson, but yeah, he was the one that talked me into the certain Duracell battery that he runs. Now, it's a higher end battery. It's an AGM battery, AGM, absorbed glass mat, if you're not familiar with the verbiage. It's a sealed battery. And they're a little bit higher, but he swore by them, and he has got all this years of guide service and experience on the boat. So I trusted him and went with it.
Yeah, exactly. And yet another great question from G Style. What about the chargers? Which one is best? And before I could highlight his question, Brandon already put an answer in chat for me. He says, as far as chargers, He recommends 6 amp or better with protection and conditioning. I know
Yes.
on my boat, I have an onboard charger that I just plug it in. It charges all my batteries, and it's got all those things built into the onboard charger that basically mounted permanently in the boat. It stays in the boat.
Yeah, if you own a boat and you're not already a fan of onboard charging system, save yourself a ton of headache.
Yep.
Get an onboard charging system. You know,
Yep.
you can get a decent
It
one
is
for
nice.
$100, $200. But
Yep.
lugging a charger in and out of your
mine is that like Power Sport, something like that. I got it off Amazon, and it works great. I love it.
I ran the exact same one. It actually was the same one that I bought when I bought the battery. So it was almost 8 years old.
Yeah.
And it finally pooped out on me this season.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
8 years. So I'm actually when Zach switched over from lithium, he had no use for his lead acid charger. So I bought his lead acid charger and used it. It was perfect timing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Onboard charging system with trickle charge is hands down the way to go. When you get home, you're really tired, plug the boat in, forget about it, take care of your bait and everything else. And, next time you're ready to go, you're set.
Very, very, very convenient.
I watched a couple buddies of mine struggle with dragging a charger out, and then come time to go fishing and found out the charger wasn't plugged in the barn, and then, dead batteries. And it got to the point I finally talked him into getting an onboard charging system. He's a little hard-headed, as most of us are. And he's like, man, I should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice. In fact, the one little upgrade I'm going to make on mine really, really soon is because I don't know how many other people have the issue, but like my boat, it sits high on the trailer. It's got tall sides. Unless something is sitting right against the edge, you cannot reach anything in my boat. Well, guess where my onboard charger is? My onboard charger is in the center compartment door on the front deck of the boat. Even as tall as I am, I can't reach it. And I don't like running the little cord for it out the door because I'll forget. Then somebody closes the door, it slams on the cord and all this business. So what I'm going to do very soon, we'll put out a video on it when I do it. I'm going to install one of those recessed plugs on my boat somewhere I can reach it from the ground. That way, all I have to do is pop open the weather cap, put the extension cord in, plugged, ready to go. A great, great, great upgrade for the onboard chargers instead of just hanging the wire out the side of the boat.
Yep. Zach just actually installed a plug right in the back of his boat where there's no wires, nothing loose. It's actual plug. It's got a clap, a clap. It's got a cover that you flip up, plug it in. It's good to go.
That's the same thing. That's what I'll be doing on mine. Yep.
Warpig says, great shows. Killing Bill not to be able to comment because he's driving. They love their new Minn Kota that they got last year. I had the pleasure of experiencing the fishing with an old 2005 trolling motor that was it was actually foot controlled, I believe, but he ran it with his hands. Yeah, Zach, just like we're talking about like the one you put on your boat.
Yeah, exactly like
And I need to actually do that for my boat. And the reason is because my boat loads and unloads terribly. I've got to redo the bunks on my trailer. I've just got to get the boat off the trailer and get somebody down there with a welder to cut these things off and drop the bunks right because they're not right. Because they're not right, when I load the boat up, the whole rear end of my boat goes underwater almost. I mean, it's underwater. Ooh. And because of that, my electrical connections and stuff end up getting dunked underwater. And if I made that plug and mounted it high, it would never go underwater.
Yeah. Trophy Seekers, what's going on, Daryl? Listening as he headed home.
What's up, Daryl?
But it's all those little things that you can do, especially when you kind of with a big boat or tall boat. It's all those little things you can do to make life a little bit easier, make it a little more convenient. It is well worth it. Because like I said, on mine, I can't reach hardly anything on my boat from the ground. I got to climb in it to do whatever I want to do or open hatches or look at my sonar or whatever it is. So anything I can do to make life easier, by God, that's what I'm going to do. And that plug will definitely be the next one.
So, it's almost 9 o'clock already, man.
I know, right? Time passes when you're having fun.
We had plan B, C, and D if we got to it, and we're not going to get to it tonight.
Nope. No, we're not. Now, if you want to maybe just make the announcement of what we're going to do, and maybe we'll get to actually do a round of it for another show. It's up to you. It's your show. I'm just along for the ride.
It's our show, and yeah, we can do that. We can talk about it a little bit. We didn't have time for it tonight, but before we do that, though, I wanted to mention the sign up for the kids tournament. So the Catfishing for Kids tournament is coming up. The dates on that is October. Hey, there's Jimmy. Jimmy made it out with us to the meet and greet as well. You guys always see Jimmy in chat asking questions. He's eager to learn, and he was a pleasure. Him and his wife came out and joined us for the meet and greet. Jimmy, is great to put a face with the name. But one of the things that came up last week, or I believe last week or the week before, was talking about the age groups for the kids.
Yeah.
And whether, in the past we've just kind of grouped them all together and, it's all for fun and whatnot. But in reality, some of the kids are, a lot more experienced and a lot older than the other kids. And to try to make things a little more fun.
As soon as they start selling one, I got you covered.
There you go. To try to make things a little bit more fun for the kids, so they don't think like most of us. All right. So we sign up for a tournament. Creole signs up and we're like, oh, crap. There goes my chance. We don't want the kids to sign up for a tournament and, and say, oh, man, so-and-so's in it or that. And I'm not singling anybody out. But so I put a poll up asking folks if they would rather see the ages split like 10 and under, 10 and over. And I don't know if I have enough participants to do like 2 different days. I thought if we get enough prizes, we'll do 2 separate prizes for the 10 and under and the 10 and over. Now, they'll still be able to fish on the same day, but their weights will go in those categories or total number of fish, I believe. Actually, I think we do point system for the kids. We do point system for the kids.
Yeah, I think you do, bro.
Yep, like 0 to 5, 5 to 10, and then there's extra points if they dress up.
Yes.
And there's extra points if the grown-up dresses up.
Ooh.
Because, hey, what fun is it being out there if we can't have some fun with this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the votes are in, and it was decided 88% with 33 votes that we will go ahead and split the ages this year. And cool. I appreciate everyone's participation in the poll we had on the community tab. So that will be going up. The signups will go up this Saturday. So I'll have everything set and ready. So this Saturday is going to be action packed. We're going to have the day 2 of So You Think You Can Fish.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first day of the signups for the kids tournament. The kids tournaments are going to go 2 days, 8 spots per day. If we fill those up, we will go to a wheel or go to a draw. Go to the wheel. It's a double-edged sword. I would love to see tons of kids sign up for this, but at the same time, I hate to turn a kid away if they sign up and they want to do it and they can't because they didn't get picked on the wheel. So it's a double-edged sword. So we'll leave it at that and see how things go. We've had a lot of interest in the kids tournament up until this point, and I'm very, very appreciative of that and really looking forward to it. As we move closer, anybody who's interested in helping sponsor the kids event, prizes for the kids or prizes or giveaways for the folks in chat to help, say thanks to the folks that are tuning in.
Yep.
Same goes for this Saturday. I've actually not had any donations or anything to give away for chat this Saturday coming up. So if anybody got some stuff that they would like to help donate and have some fun on Saturday, I'd be more than happy to hand some stuff out.
Well, you give away as many as those as you want.
Oh boy, don't say that. I take that back. Bobcat actually did send me more stickers because day one he had some stickers and stuff to give away, and he mailed me another whole pack of stickers and said give them away. So we do have some Bobcat stickers. We got some Mr. Creole. Danny Stone is doing 1K giveaway Saturday night on River Rats show.
That was going to be the next thing I wanted to go over. The River Rats will be live on Danny Stone's channel. I believe they're going to do the regular Saturday, 7 p.m. 1K giveaway celebration party. It's going to go down on the river. Lots of cool prizes are already being sourced. Trust me, y'all are not going to want to miss this one. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. If you guys think for 1 second that's not going to be a fun show, I mean every Saturday night's a fun show. I mean you get these guys together, it's a good time, and then they pull out something crazy. Always happens on Saturday night. You don't never know what it's going to be.
You never know. We've had some wild things happen on that show, and it just doesn't stop. It keeps getting better and better. Love it.
That's right. Matt, this is going to be if we're talking about the kids tournament, this is going to be October 29th and 30th. This will be early in the day. There are some events that were already planned in the evening. I know Palmetto Cats has the Monster Hunt. So, just the same as last year, we worked around each other to make sure we allowed each other plenty of time for folks to participate. There were folks last year that got in and brought the kids out for the tournament in the morning, fished all day with the kid, took the kid home, and then fished all evening for the Monster Hunt. I mean, really pulled double duty on that. So, Freddie brings up a fantastic point here. There are some chances of some foul weather with the hurricane approaching. It is possible that some folks are not able to compete on Saturday. And so we'll kind of wait and see how that goes. Hopefully everyone is able to participate safely. And actually Jeremy and I talked a little bit about the hurricane moving in. Jeremy has obviously a lot more experience and knowledge when it comes to hurricanes than I do. I don't know anything other than what I see on National Geographic
that's like having experience in butt whippings. That's not something you want to have a lot of experience with. That's not a good thing. But yeah, obviously we deal with that a lot where I live, and not to say it's no big deal, because it definitely is. It's just over time you learn how to prepare, and then you know when to go elsewhere.
Brad says, even if we can't fish Saturday due to the hurricane, still give away some of our stickers. So thank you for that, buddy. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
We will definitely do that. I'm not sure, Jimmy, what channel is that? If you're talking about either of those events, So You Think You Can Fish Day 2, that will be right here on Muskrat Adventures, and so will the Catfishing for Kids tournament, Halloween edition 2022 will be here on this channel as well.
Yep, and then the 1K giveaway is going to be on Danny Stone Outdoors.
That probably was the question.
Possibly.
Because River Rats, you guys.
We switch up every week. Yeah. I gotta find me a place to fish for when it's my turn, not this coming weekend, but next. I gotta figure that part out. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and that was actually going to bring us to another part of the show, which was Jeremy. Jeremy, actually, if you want to go ahead and talk about what it is you got to do to try to figure out where you're going to go fish.
Yeah. Y'all have been live on my channel before, and I've done it on this channel where I basically use Google Earth Pro and start scouting a new never before seen section of river, start picking out fishing spots. Well, basically that's what I'm going to have to do if I want to fish the Mississippi River over the next month, 6 weeks, maybe a little more, because I don't have any access to my home stretch of river right now. All of the boat ramps are out of the water. The water is too low to use any of the boat ramps I normally use. So I'm going to have to go about 30 miles south on the river. There is a landing there. I know I can put in there, thanks to a friend of mine sent me a video of guys putting in at the landing. So I know I can use it. But that's basically what I'm going to have to do to continue to fish. But I'm going to have to scout it like it's new water. You know, that it's going to be a challenge, but hey, it's a good excuse to learn a new stretch of river. You know, it's a challenge, but it's an opportunity.
That's right. And so one of the things we had in mind when we did do the Google Earth Pro, which Jeremy is far superior when it comes to working that application, is and then doing the Navionics integrated in with the Google Earth Pro. We had a lot of interest, and we had a lot of comments, messages about doing that type of thing again. The problem with that is, you know, picking one person to focus on really kind of makes the show drag on a little bit for everyone else who doesn't fish that area.
Yep.
So one of the things Jeremy and I decided to do was, which we're going to do a live one here. We were actually planning on doing it tonight, but we ran a little bit longer than expected. Is basically if somebody says, you know, hey, I'm interested, I would love for you to take a look at my lake or my river, the area I fish, or I'm thinking about maybe you're thinking about traveling to an area, and you say, man, could you guys bring that up for me and kind of go through what you guys would go through when looking at a new body of water or looking at Google Earth Pro. You know, we decided, hey, what we could do is we could have somebody enter a keyword in just like we do with the giveaways. And do a spin. You know, whoever name popped up, we'll focus. We'll spend some time and look at their area. Bring up the Google Earth Pro, bring up Navionics, and do it that way. But then we decided to take it a step farther and offer Freddie.
Yeah, tell you what, boy. if you think that's gonna slow me down, you got another thing coming. Y'all know me better than that.
So as we mentioned before, trying to come up with new and different things to do for channel members, folks that are subscribed and have become members to the channel, and which helps us out quite a bit on the channel, keeps things rolling. Those of you that run live streams know that you got to pay fees for lots of different things. The channel itself has fees. The upgrades have fees. The thumbnails have fees. There's just a lot of fees, and that's not counting just getting to the water. to do some fishing. But we want to say thank you. And so one of the things we decided to do was do a member only stream at times, and do just that. Say, hey, we've got 10 members. Let's spin, and we'll pick one of the members, and we're going to focus on whatever you want to look at. If you say, hey, I got a trip coming up to Wilson, I've never been there, or Wheeler, or whatever the body of water is, we'll try to help out and bring up Google Earth Pro, overlay with Google or with Navionics, to kind of give you the breakdown of what we've used, the tools we've used in the past to help us, locate and try to find fish. Some folks, that's not going to be, that's like, I don't care. I can do it myself, and that's fine. But when we did this a while back, Jeremy actually got some pictures and messages from somebody in chat that was in here and said, hey, well, you can share it with them. What they do?
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could remember the name. I forget what I did this morning, much less back then. But yeah, he reached back out to me and said, hey, look, here's what I caught. I did exactly. I went right to that spot. This is what I caught. And it's amazing that, it's very fulfilling for us to know that we help somebody. I mean, I was on cloud 9 for a month after that. Like, it was just the biggest deal to me that, I was able to help them get on some fish, because if I remember correctly, he was having a little bit of a bad run, just couldn't get on any fish at all. He went from skunking to catching a few good fish just from that, and it was unbelievable.
And for us, and Jeremy and I are so much alike Jeremy and I are so much alike. It's scary at times.
It's
when we
terrifying.
talk.
It really is. It's terrifying.
But when we hear a comment like that, hey, I learned this on a Tuesday night, or I tried what you said, Jeremy, or Roger showed me this knot, or whatever the case may be. And those are, to us, those are the biggest compliments that you can make to this channel. That make, stopping everything you're doing and coming and sitting down here in front of you guys and, doing some homework and finding content or finding folks to bring up on stream. Those comments are the ones that mean the most.
100%.
So, we're going to try doing that. We're going to try, grabbing somebody and bring it up on the maps and kind of break it down. Hopefully, you got an area that you fish, or you say, hey, maybe you're traveling to a city or a town that's going to be close to this body of water. What do you guys think? And we're going to try to dissect it and go back in time and look at the bodies of water and see what structure, what contours, what may be there, and areas that you may focus on. And we'll see how it goes. If folks really enjoy it and like it, it's something we can continue to do. If it turns out, folks aren't really getting any value from it, then it's not something we'll continue. But we thought it'd be worth a shot. We had, like I said, we had a lot of great feedback from that one episode, and Jeremy's also brought it up a couple other times, just trying to help.
I've done it a few times on my channel before too. And look, sometimes it might help just to have a different set of eyes, different perspective looking at that body of water. Look, I would love for some of these pro anglers to do that with my stretch of river. I grew up on that stretch of river, but I'd love to see it through, let's say, Doc's eyes or Chris Souter's eyes, or look, even Rogers, that he spent all this time on these other rivers, but to see mine for the first time, I promise you he's going to see some stuff that I'll probably drive by all the time. So a different perspective, if nothing else, sometimes can be a big help.
That's right. Stan, that's a negative, Ghost Rider. Stan says James doesn't have a team either, so they can just fish the Tennessee, and the James River will fish the Ohio.
That sounds like a setup to me. Notice nobody is volunteering to go up against the Mississippi. You notice that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'll be honest. I watched Kevin Palmetto Cats put a video out there, and he was on some good fish on the Cooper. I watched the whole thing. I don't think he really had anything over maybe 15 pounds, but where there's 15 pounders, there's some bigger fish there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And I haven't really seen him fish the Cooper like that, fish river conditions.
Gotcha.
As a matter of fact, that video, he stated that was the first time he'd ever fished a barge.
Ooh.
He pulled some fish out, but
that's what it's all about.
He definitely put some fish in the video, and if I can get Team Ohio together, Bobcat says, "Come at me, bro."
Hey, Bobcat, you better be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
He's been on some good. He's been on some good fish, and I don't see any signs of him slowing down. Now this Saturday, we're going to see what happens when he goes back. I'm assuming you're going back to Watts Bar and do some more bumping. But I don't have any idea if they got flow, so that could be interesting.
I figure eventually he's got to sore lip every fish in that stretch. I don't know how long this will take him, and he's doing a dang good job of doing just that. Eventually, he's gonna sore lip them all. I guess we'll stick around and see how long it takes. There
we go. That's a great compliment right there. I learned a lot from everybody, from gear, tactics, and snacks.
Yeah. That's the most important one right there. That's why we look the way we do. Snacks.
There you go. Yeah, that's a great comment right there from Stan. More important than a particular spot is why that spot works. And then find multiple other similar spots over the lake or river.
Yep.
Yeah. If you find an area, especially if you're fishing and something's working, figure out why it's working, and then see if you can replicate it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That could be a game changer in somebody's pattern of how they locate fish and everything. That could be an absolute game changer. It's understanding the why. That's what it's all about.
There we go. Bobcat says we got flow, so you know what he'll be doing.
Oh yeah. Does Bobcat even have anchoring rods? I mean, does he? Does he even own any?
Yeah.
I don't know why he would.
Yeah,
if I knew him, I probably wouldn't have any either.
He well, at times he drifts or drags with the current. I was with him the first time I'd seen it done, and it was very productive.
Oh, wow.
Very productive.
I would attempt that, but it'd probably wear the last half off of any dragging weights. Because normally our current is so fast, but it ain't that fast in Mississippi right now.
Ripping Lips, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. We're just kind of shooting the breeze at this point.
That is the comment right there I was waiting for. He said he got skunked live anchoring the other day and swore it off. Hey, never argue with a guy who's catching fish. If you're catching fish, nobody can argue with you about anything because you're catching fish, especially nice fish.
Yeah, he's been catching some good ones, man. I watched a part of his video today, or I think I watched the whole video. I think it was a 50 some pounder he put in the boat, and it's just good fish down there. I'm going to represent the Ohio loud and as proud as I can, but I would come fish any other water just as quickly.
He said he's selling all his anchoring rods. and Stan, we're not going to get any rain. That's the thing. We're not going to get any rain, so it's not even going to affect me. I'd like the storm to come a little closer.
I'll tell you right now that we are definitely not taking the Cooper for granted. I think it's a pretty fair matchup.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know much about the Cooper, to be completely honest. I'm assuming it has more fish than we do, just because of all the river chains that kind of entangle through there. But to be completely honest, I don't know the first daggone thing about the Cooper River, or where it starts, where it ends. I know that it ends in the ocean because he was fishing brackish water, which that ends in salt water. So I know it ends in the ocean.
Yeah. In fact, he caught a shark. He caught him one. He caught him a little bull shark.
That's right. I seen the grippers he had.
Yep. But a little pup bull, about 2.5 feet long. Yep. He got it.
This is a great comment to bring up this time of year. So as across the country, farmers start pulling the crops, they're going to start loading grain barges and granaries, and loading and unloading grain barges is a hot spot this time of year. And he said his buddy was fishing west of Cincinnati last week on the Ohio by a grain barge. Catfish were feeding on the surface. Apparently they were so thick they were bumping into his boat. He caught some nice fish. Wow.
See, that's just about done around here. The grain barges is just about over.
Oh, really? Well, here we haven't even started pulling crops yet.
Yeah, and see the few people got beans left in the field, but not much. It's almost over. If it wouldn't have rained so much, like weeks and weeks ago, everybody would be done by now.
It's only 10 miles long. I thought it had to be longer than that to be considered a river.
So what you're saying is it's possible the Cooper River may be completely disqualified because technically it's not a river?
I don't know what the qualification is for a river, but just reading that out loud, I thought it had to be longer than that.
Well,
that's right, Bobcat. Top water catfish.
Well, we just opened a can of worms, didn't we? Row.
If it's called the Cooper River, it's the Cooper River. I mean, if it's named a river, it's a river.
It's in the name, so
it's just reading that, it doesn't add up. I don't know. I know you can catch fish anytime, but what was your best day catfishing, nighttime or daytime? Well, that kind of, I fished like 90% daytime. So it's not because I catch more fish during the day. It's because I'm fishing more during the day.
Yeah.
If I fished 50-50, then I would have a lot better data to compare to.
Yeah.
I enjoy fishing at night just because I enjoy fishing at night. But honestly, I feel like I have better opportunity at fish in the daytime. When it comes to reading the river, current seams, watching bait activity, and all those things that start adding up to where we decide to fish, I can't see those in the dark.
Exactly.
Now, if you've already got areas that are going to be, areas that are going to be productive, or like say bobcats bumping the tailwaters of the dam. It's bumping. You can run that 1,000,000 times and never hit the same rock twice.
Yep, that's right.
So that's a completely different animal. But for me, I honestly feel like I have an advantage during the day when I can see bait activity, current seams, trees coming. Those are things that all play a big factor into it. However, I do really enjoy fishing at night. Just, I don't know. I don't know what it is about the lights being on, the rods glowing, the activity, the anticipation, fishing, we've always brought up the belief that they feed at night. I believe that they do feed more at night, but they are opportunists. They'll feed anytime.
Yep. Honestly, my answer to that is I really don't have much of a reason to fish at night because I've always got on fish during the day. And I'll be honest, I've night fished quite a few times now. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of night fishing because I can't see. My river's very dangerous to run. I don't like running it at night. The bugs, dear God, the bugs. And come to find out, that's when the sharks start biting. So yeah, there's nothing good about that scenario for me. Fishing at night. I'm gonna stick to daytime. I can catch fish during the day. I'm good with that. That's my 2 cents.
Bobcat says I fish at night because that's when I can fish.
Yeah.
And Stan kind of followed that up with being said, fish whenever you can.
Because it's good for you.
Yep, go fishing when you can because it's good for you.
I had to throw that in there.
Yep. And Stan has an interesting point here as well. Different bite windows, day or night, will be better at different times throughout the year. For me, that first hour, the hour before sunup, the hour after sunup, and then the hour before sundown and the hour after sundown, to me, those are some of my favorite hours to fish in the entire day. I feel that things really slow down in the afternoon, especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've caught my PB flathead at 1:30 in the afternoon in the middle of June.
Yep.
Spawn was on. It was flooded. We had a full moon. It was 1:00 in the afternoon. Every single thing that people say, they're not going to catch a fish. It's when I catch the biggest flathead I've ever caught in my life.
Yeah. And for me, the vast majority of 50+ pound fish that I've caught has come around noon.
Yeah.
Middle of the day. It's happened to me many times. And I have theories in my area for why that is. I think it's kind of some unique things going on, and I don't know if I'm right or not. Who knows?
Well, I say you can't be too far off if you've got bull sharks in your area feeding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that that's going to have a huge impact on your fish activity.
Yeah, it definitely does. Because I can tell you right now, when you get the first shark bite and they're in the area, them catfish are gone. I can tell you that for a fact. They are gone.
Yeah.
And those sharks do eat the catfish. We now know that for an absolute fact.
Yep.
That those sharks do feed.
Your commercial guys have found bitten catfish in their nets, correct?
Yep. On the trot lines, they had a couple of trot lines set, and they went back and checked them, and they found nothing but the heads of probably, let's say, 5 to 10 pound catfish. Keeper size, nothing but the heads left. That, I guess, the fish struggling on that trot line, them sharks. And keep in mind, this trot line was set about 150 feet from where I caught those first sharks live that night. It was, in fact, on the opposite bank from where we were. And that's where those catfish had gotten bitten off. So they definitely feed on them. They ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah. Freddie says it's 48 miles. It's a little farther than the 10 miles he posted.
That's still, if you really think about it, that is still
small.
It's not a real big body of water. That's not a whole lot of area to cover, so it's going to be interesting.
Why do you wants to know if you think you catch more during the daytime because the Mississippi is muddy? I don't think
the water clarity is it. I'll be honest. I don't know. Every time I come up with a theory as to why that is, something happens the next trip that proves me completely wrong. I just don't know. In fact, that early morning right at daylight, the bite's no good for me. Like no good. I don't do good at that right at daylight. Now, catching bait, yes, but not catfishing. Catfishing is like to me, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's my window.
Yeah, the bait this weekend at the meet and greet was absolutely not a problem.
Oh, cool.
Skip and I went out and caught some bait beforehand and gave some bait away to some of the folks that came down. And it was easy picking. As a matter of fact, he called me. Like I was going to go to the spillway and try to get some bait. And he said, "Hey, I don't have a bucket or a cooler on this boat. And my live well is completely full of shad. I don't think I can put any more in it without killing them." And I was like, yeah, that's a terrible problem.
Oh, yeah, right.
I had my extreme bait tank in my boat, and I said, let me get down there as quick as I can, and we'll take those shad out. We'll put as many as we can in the bait tank, and then, we'll try to catch a few more to give away. And we just had too many shad. There was shad everywhere.
That is not a bad problem to have.
Well, and a lot of them were really, 8 to 10 inch shad, and there was some really good shad in there.
That's them. That's the ones that start getting big enough to where they quit being that silver color and start turning that grayish kind of.
Yep.
That's the ones I like.
Yep. So. I was seeing Parker's comment there.
Yeah.
I thought I had something else to talk about. I don't remember what it was.
I think we covered the body. We covered everything we wanted to, and then a few more things. We even did some boat discussion tonight. Man, we did a little bit of everything. And for a show that we didn't have very well mapped out, I love it. It turned out to be a great.
We actually, Jeremy and I talked quite a bit. I think we talked on the phone today for like 2 hours.
It was 2 hours. It was 2 hours and 5 minutes because it was. I know where I was at and where I went. So yeah.
Oh. But yeah, we talked about whether we should go straight on topic tonight. We have some stuff up our sleeve. We've always got a few show ideas on standby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And at times we'll just pull from that pool of ideas or guests. Like I said, we actually had a good guest. We had Matt Jones and Michelle Jones lined up for tonight, but he got booked on a guide trip, so we're going to reschedule those guys and get him in here. Matt has a wealth of knowledge, especially pertaining to flatheads. So tonight's topic was to be fall flathead fishing. So we'll try to get him back in here.
We need to get them back in here like soon. Soon.
We've got a couple other folks on standby as well. So we'll play that by ear.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
If you guys don't have anything else, we will see you guys Saturday morning, 7 a.m. for the So You Think You Could Fish. And then Saturday night, I expect to see everybody over for the 1K giveaway with Mr. Danny Stone. That's a big deal. Danny should have probably hit that a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's just funny. It's crazy the way YouTube works. Sometimes people blow up overnight, and sometimes, it takes a while to make things happen.
Yeah.
It took us a while to hit 1,000. And, since we've hit 1,000, things have been pretty slow. I mean, we pick up a few subs here and there throughout every week. So at least we're going up.
Yeah. There you go. That's the most important thing. As long as even though it's slow, as long as it's going up, you're doing good. It'll be all right.
What's really hurting the growth, I believe, of the channel is production videos. Not putting out. I haven't put out any production videos for a long time. Obviously, with the theft of all my cameras and gear and all my footage, really kind of took a kick to the groin. I'm very thankful that a lot of folks helped me get back on my feet with the gear, but the fishing hasn't been the greatest as far as creating content. So I've just got to put the work in on the water. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to fish nearly as much as I'd like to, just because life.
Yep, that's it. Hey, life happens, work happens, all that good stuff. Trust me. Low river happens.
Low river
always
happens.
Something. It's always something.
So again, we'll say thank you guys for tuning in tonight. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet and you enjoyed tonight's show, please consider hitting the thumbs up for us.
Yep,
helps us out. And if nothing else, if we don't see you this weekend, we'll see you back here next Tuesday night. Same cat time, same cat channel. Good night, you guys.
Bon pêcher, everybody.
Bon pêcher.